Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an absolutely incredible day. And without further ado, let's jump right into it into some rather, I want to say, confusing news. Binance, the world's largest and most popular digital currency exchange, will be converting more than $1 billion of its stablecoin currency, the BUSD, the Binance US dollar, into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and various other digital assets. The news came about in a tweet issued by the company's CEO Changpeng Zhao, who stated, "Given the changes in stablecoins and banks, Binance will convert the remaining of the $1 billion Industry Recovery Initiative Fund from Binance's US dollar to native crypto, including Bitcoin, Binance Coin, and to Ethereum." Why I say confusing? Because this was news that happened, I believe, at the end of January. We had news, an indication from Changpeng Zhao that Binance would be buying up $1 billion worth of cryptocurrencies. That was another one of my hugely ranting videos where I was asking why the wider cryptocurrency space wasn't paying attention to such gigantic news like that there would be a purchase of $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, Binance Coin, and Ether. The initial news that we received about that was that they simply had extra money left over. I don't know where the money was from, where it was allocated from, and that money would simply be transferred into other coins. And the idea was, at least from the general public, that they were trying to figure out a way to maybe boost up the prices of cryptocurrencies, and or were simply, who knows, looking for a chance to accumulate more cryptocurrency at a lower price. Because if you remember, at the beginning of this year, cryptocurrency prices were incredibly low, so it does make a lot of sense that they would have wanted to buy around those prices. There was tons of news about crypto buybacks and if it was fair and all this other stuff. The idea being is that a lot of larger companies, if they say or get an indication that their stock or company might be doing better in the near future, they sometimes will buy back a large portion of their stock, leaving less on the actual market, therefore causing people to be like, oh no, there's not as much as there was before, then buying up more of it. You kind of get the idea. So now this is the idea that they're using money from their Industry Recovery Initiative Fund, dropped my pen, which was apparently something that we heard about at the end of last year, when everyone and their mother was completely losing their minds over the idea of FTX collapsing and everything going belly up or bust. I don't know which, both of them, I guess, kind of point to exactly what happened. And the idea is that Binance and a number of other companies had announced that they had created funds that would be used to help other companies before they completely went bankrupt, under the disguise of, we will help you if you're in trouble. And everyone was like, oh, that's really nice. But it actually means no, we will probably use this money to buy your company because you will be in debt to us. They're not giving away free money just to simply help any company who happens to not be having a good day. So yeah, I guess rather confusing in that aspect. It says the goal is to help crypto companies and banks that are not necessarily in danger of collapsing altogether, but that are enduring liquidity crises. This should ring bells, given that Binance was initially set to help FTX out of a liquidity crisis in November of last year, though plans for doing so fell through after Binance looked at the problems FTX was facing. No, that's nonsense. I wouldn't even go into that. That's no. We've gone over that way too many times. The news of the financial conversion Binance is initiating comes at the height of several banking failures, including those such as Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, that were friendly towards crypto and tech enterprises. These failures have been labeled by some analysts as 2008, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Then it starts talking about other companies who also had stable coins with these banks and things like that. So I guess this is a reaffirmation that this is going to be happening. Will it do anything to market prices? Will people pay attention to the fact that the largest cryptocurrency exchange is going to be buying $333 million worth of Bitcoin at one time? And I wonder, is this another, what do you call it? Like a MicroStrategy moment. So MicroStrategy historically tends to always buy large amounts of cryptocurrencies, or usually, no, it's always Bitcoin, when the price is low. But the market usually pays attention to when they buy like $58 million worth of a single coin. So I wonder if this purchase will be rapid and we will get news that $333 million worth of Bitcoin has been purchased by Binance, which would then subsequently also let us know that the company also owns Bitcoin, which I guess makes a lot of sense, right? You would assume that Binance and Coinbase and Kraken and Gemini all equally, maybe not the same amount, but they all hold Bitcoin as well. You don't work in Bitcoin. Talk about Bitcoin going to $1 million and you don't own it yourself. Yeah, see, that'd be kind of weird, right? Like if MicroStrategy was the only company who held Bitcoin at all, whatever. But yeah. How many Bitcoin does Binance have? Like, how much are they holding on to? That's another discussion. That's the Binance is going to be converting their Binance US dollar from their Industry Recovery Initiative Fund into Bitcoin, BNB, and into Ether news. Yeah. Let's move on. Also so I guess it finally happened news. The EOS Network Foundation, or the ENF, has announced the beta launch of the EOS Ethereum Virtual Machine mainnet, which aims to improve interoperability between two blockchain ecosystems, Ethereum and EOS. Quick rundown for those of you who don't know. EOS was a cryptocurrency that came out a very long time ago. It was like 6-7 years. And they said or claimed that the reason why they were creating the coin is that this would be the biggest Ethereum rival. People were expecting this coin to take over Bitcoin or become the number 2 coin because during their ICO, their initial coin offering, when the company, the EOS something or other, it wasn't the Network Foundation, it had another name back then, they raised $4 billion for their coin and did absolutely nothing with it. Zero, not a gosh darn thing. The coin ended up falling apart. I think the rumors are that the people who made the money kind of just bought houses and disappeared. We haven't heard from them in a number of years. At the middle of last year, maybe even earlier last year, people basically came forward and locked the community came together and voted to lock up the money of the original people who made $4 billion and did absolutely nothing with it. And now a new set of people, I think one of them is called Yves LaRose, it's a very fancy name, came forward and they announced that they were going to kind of revamp EOS and make it something that it should have been a very long time ago. One of the initiatives was to, ironically enough, make it compatible with the chain that they were supposed to have replaced, and that is Ethereum. You may hear the letters EVM a lot of times or have heard them over the last couple of weeks. That's because a lot of different companies, a lot of different coins, a lot of different chains are making Ethereum virtual machine compatible things, which allows those chains and those coins to be accessible and interoperable with Ethereum. And it's usually only coins that said at one point that they were going to get rid of and or destroy Ethereum. I believe it is Tron, it is EOS. Cardano also has an EVM, does it not? Or unless I'm going completely insane. I think XRP's also, I think people are developing an EVM for XRP as well. Basically, as Ethereum is the most used blockchain on the planet, everybody wants the opportunity to be able to say that someone who could have built on Ethereum is built on their chain instead, even though it is still interoperable with the coin that they should have replaced. Right. EOS's EVM emulates the Ethereum virtual machine and allows for the deployment of decentralized applications written in Solidity, the programming language normally used by Ethereum. Yeah, gotcha. Yep, Yves LaRose, very fancy name. Launching, apparently it already launched. Look at them. The next generation of EVMs is almost here. At 800 swaps per second, EOS's EVM is by far, he put that in caps, the most performant EVM, benchmarked at 25 times faster than Avalanche and 3 times faster than Solana. He said, if you're a Solidity dev or interested in Ethereum virtual machines, this thread is for you. And then they have a chart in there that's like, whee, this goes a lot higher than everyone else's, showing how amazing and wonderful that they are. The EOS Network, is it Foundation? Yeah, EOS Network Foundation said that Ethereum scalability issues create challenges for mass-scale dApp deployment. The launch of the EOS Ethereum virtual machine aims to bridge this gap. Yeah, I mean, you have to frame it in that way. Like, you can't say, like, our coin went nowhere, so now we're trying to make sure that we're also compatible with Ethereum. You have to be like, well, Ethereum's still slow, so we're not going to make it the same as it was before. It's going to be better. The team is planning to do this by combining the resources of the Ethereum community with the performance of the EOS network. Cool. And then Evla Rose said something, and I'm sure it had to do with, like, hey, look over here, pay attention to our coin. It would be nice if EOS actually did something. I will give them a golf clap and also a hat tip in their direction that they're actually doing something. You might remember my heavy level of skepticism that I had when we heard last year that they were planning on basically relaunching or soft relaunching to go back into the public because, you know, when you disappear with $4 billion, everyone kind of loses faith in your project. I forgot what else they said that they were planning on doing, but I hope they get all of it done. I would like them to add more validators. I would like for normal people to be able to validate the EOS network, to be able to stake their EOS and also make passive income on it as well, and not just the people who, the 21 validators on the network. They have a long way to go. They can definitely do all of it. They have to make their own NFT platform. They have to make their own ICOs. They have to make actual decentralized exchanges. That would definitely get a lot of people going, especially if it was compatible with Ethereum. So cool. I hope it works out for them. Apparently somewhere it says they announced a $60 million strategic partnership with DWF Labs. I can't tell you what DWF means because it's littered throughout this throughout this article, but it only says DWF Labs over and over, and I'm not sure what they do or who they are or why they're important. But apparently they have a new $60 million partnership with them as well. I hope that $60 million translates into people in the EOS community actually making money as well, because, you know, it's been a long time coming. That's the EOS. Officially now has an Ethereum virtual machine. We will hear, because the news is very much this way. We will hear by the end of summer if anyone is or is not building on top of this project. People, you know, like it either way. If people are building on top of it, we will get news. There are now 74 projects being built on top of it. If there's one, believe me, the news will tell us that there's only one and nobody's using it. So for their sake, you know, hope they make that money. That's the EOS news, which I haven't said in a very long time. It's been millennia at this point. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, after a 2-year break, OpenBazaar, the decentralized marketplace platform, is on its way back to life according to some vague tweets from its official account. The digital marketplace, where users sold goods, wink, from homemade candles to other things, shuttered in late 2020 due to dried up funding. After initially announcing its closure, the marketplace was temporarily rescued by an anonymous donor, somebody rich, but it ultimately wasn't enough to keep OpenBazaar open for business. I see what they did there. Am I going crazy? Isn't OpenBazaar one of the platforms where people were able to sell things that they would not be normally able to sell at a local storefront, or am I thinking of something else? Back in the olden days, in the long ago, there were a number of cryptocurrency Bitcoin marketplaces, and the idea was I think we would have gotten there if people hadn't been so terrified of the lies that their governments had told them, what have you. Is different marketplaces where you were literally able to sell and purchase and, you know, do what you want. And I think OpenBazaar was also one of them. However, they were not too popular with lawmakers, and subsequently many of them were also, the word is shut down immediately, post haste. So it appears that this one is trying to make a bit of a comeback, if you will. OpenBazaar CEO, which already kind of rubs me the wrong way because you can't have a decentralized marketplace or an open marketplace that has a CEO because that CEO has an office and that office can be walked in by the SEC. Yeah. OpenBazaar CEO Brian Hoffman confirmed in a message to Decrypt that he is rebuilding the marketplace, though he declined to add any further details. The OpenBazaar website has been updated to say OpenBazaar 3.0 coming soon. It says OpenBazaar was built by the community from nothing. For a long time it has slept, but it is now time to grow again from the ashes. I wonder if they'll be able to do this properly. If they'll actually be able to figure out a way to I won't throw in the word decentralized here, but make it so that the original idea of what cryptocurrency meant was once again present within the space. We as a whole community have completely lost the idea of the capabilities of what it means to have a blockchain and systems that are immutable. You cannot immute them. They are used by anyone and can be used by 8 billion people on the planet. So I wonder how far this is actually going to go. OpenBazaar is like the digital marketplace to Bitcoin's currency. Just say it's a marketplace on Bitcoin. Okay. It was known for its unique approach to online shopping, providing a decentralized marketplace where users could buy and sell goods without the need for a central authority. I think this is what I was thinking of. The idea was to give users freedom over the goods they sold. The plan worked for a while before OpenBazaar's funding issues. Merchants set up hundreds of shops accepting cryptocurrencies for their goods, which also regulators did not care for because there was no KYC AML. It was literally like the money you made was your own money. I don't know who you are. I sold you the stuff. You got your things. I got my money. And that was kind of where it went. According to Hoffman's GitHub account, he has been working on a new implementation of OpenBazaar in the programming language of Rust, which is all the rage in Bitcoin lately. It's fascinating, to say the least, to see if this is actually... I'm sure there are people behind the scenes who are actively trying to make the olden days of Bitcoin and decentralization actually come back. I know it sounds cliche, but we have all the tools to live in a world without banks, to live in a world where everyone is using a currency that can be used by anyone at any time, 24 hours a day. There is no closure. There is no storefront. Even when you think of the idea of, once again, stablecoins, but we'll see. I feel like part of the spark is still there, lingering in the background when it comes to a lot of these different things. Even when you see the energy around Ethereum and what could potentially be for a lot of its protocols and stuff. Always a wishful thinker, but yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, especially because. And we have not heard a word about Mimblewimble is officially on top of Litecoin. And what's on top of Litecoin can be put on top of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets Mimblewimble, Bitcoin then has private transactions. But once again, we haven't heard about that little information in quite some time. I assume it's meant to be very hush-hush if the number one cryptocurrency on the planet ends up having completely private transactions. So that's the OpenBazaar. Looks like they're going to be OpenBazaarly opening again. I don't know what I was trying to do there. It did not work. And yeah, let's move on. Rightio. Yeah, for those of you who missed the other video, I am taking an extended break. I am quite worn out. I am making sure that there is still content for everyone, but the video formats will be slightly different from how you are probably used to seeing them. I think it is very necessary, and I will repeat the same exact thing to all of you again. If you feel like it's time to take a break, please do so. I told you about a month or two ago, I had officially made more than 2,500 videos on this channel alone. I also have another channel. And, when you make videos every single day, consistently nonstop, at some point your body tells you hey, slow down because you've been like, who works on Saturday and Sunday? Me. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.